Welcome to the Army Empire Podcast, your go-to podcast for insightful tips on investment strategies, entrepreneurship, and all things money matters. Join Bernard Alerte, your guide on this journey to financial freedom. Each episode will dive into expert advice, practical strategies, and inspiring stories to help you take control of your financial future. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned investor, we've got something for everyone. So get ready to unlock your financial potential and make your money work for you. And now, let's welcome your host, Bernard Alerte.
Hey!
Hey Liz, how you doing? Excited to be here.
Yes, this is so exciting. This is the premiere podcast of the Army Empire. How exciting! I see the numbers are going up, so I see people are joining. We are live. We are live on YouTube right now on your brand new YouTube channel.
Yes, man. Give all the glory to God. Thank you so much, Liz, for all the hard work you've done with us. So we're excited. We're fired up.
Fantastic. So let's let the audience know more or less what this podcast is all about. What is it all about? So I'm going to let's start talking a little bit about you. You are the host of the Empire Podcast. And I love that you decided to take this on and say, you know what? We're going to start a podcast. We're going to do this and share some information, important information for some folks. And we're going to get into those details. But first of all, tell us a little bit about you. Are you married? Do you have a family?
Yes, married to my beautiful wife, Eileen Alerte. We have a blended family. We like, how can I say that, the West Indian, Puerto Rican, Brady bunch, right? We had one. Yes, I had, my son was Justin. Then Eileen had 3 kids, which is Sarah, Lauren, and Darius. Then we got married. We added Sophia to the mix, right? And we have a grandson. Got grandson Kobe, and excited. He's actually here with us in Florida, so we're excited to have him.
That's awesome. Look, we got some folks already commenting, and we're so excited when you comment and let us know that you're watching. Who do we have here, Bernard? Do you know who this person is?
Yes, I know Oki. Absolutely. She's awesome. Great friend of ours. Works with us too. Very excited to have her.
That's fantastic.
Champion, inspiring story. She has an incredible story.
Awesome. And she says excited and she loves it. She's looking forward to learning and growing here on the podcast. I know there's going to be just so much great info. So I love your family. Your family is absolutely beautiful. So what drew you to this field that you're going to be talking to us a little bit about? Tell us what this field is.
Wow, we're in a financial field. It's crazy because someone asked me the same question the other day, and it seemed like yesterday. I've been in the field about 27 years right now. I started when I was about 10 years old, so you can figure out. I'm just kidding, right? And it's the craziest thing because I was accidentally into that field. That was something I dreamed about, was looking forward to. But I'll never forget. I was where I used to work for UPS back then, right? I was 26, 27 years old. And I was with for a couple of years. And I got to the point in my life when I was kind of frustrated, right? I was like, man, is that something happened? I just didn't like waking up in the morning and going to work. I think there must be something better out there, right? And it's crazy. Someone says something to me that really totally changed my life. It says, Bernard, if you want to find out if you want to stay in a career or not, look at the people that have been there 5 years, 10 years longer than you. If they have the kind of lifestyle you want to live, if they have the kind of income you want to have, kind of stay there. But if they don't, guess what you need to do? You got to get the heck out real quick and do something else, right? Ooh. And I kind of I went to work the next day with just different eyes, right? Mm. And I looked at the guys. They were young guys. I mean, they were in their 30s, 40s, early 50s. And they were, my gosh, they were great guys, great guys. They were miserable, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait, I'm done. And I'm like, oh my, I kind of vision, remember that movie Scrooge, right? Future. I was looking, oh my God, this is gonna be me 10, 15 years from now. Right? I said, I gotta do something different, right? And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew what I did not want to do. Make sense?
Right.
The craziest thing happened. It's a funny story, Liz. A friend of mine came to my house when he came to visit one day. And this guy, check this out. This guy was a punk rocker, right? He was a punk rocker, and he used to have like, you know, leather jackets. He came in, he had like a tie and pants, and I was like, what's wrong with you, right? And he came in, he's like, listen, I just started working with this, doing something else, right? And he brought a check. He showed me a check for $1,800, right? And I was like, yeah, I just got paid this check. And I was saying to myself, okay, hold on, is that like a month? And I was like, no, I kind of like help someone for 5-10 hours, like mortgage and stuff like that, right? And I was like, what? I mean, it took me like a whole month to make that money, right? So like, okay, what do you do? How do I? And he actually introduced me to the person, and it didn't kind of work out. I didn't like the person ethic-wise, so I was like, you know, do something different. But what it did for me, it planted this seed in my head that there's other ways out there to make income. Not just get like a $10, $15, $20 an hour. And I was looking at, and 3 weeks later, it's crazy why 3 weeks later, someone said, listen, I'm actually having my ex, like, listen, I'm working in this business, and I don't know if it's a good fit for you or not, but I introduce you to someone that can help you. I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. And it's fun. They said, you're going to meet the regional vice president, right? And the guy is a great guy, family. I mean, we're still friends to this day, great family, great mentors of ours. And it's the craziest thing that happened, Liz. Back then, I was a blue-collar guy. I didn't have any suit, right? It was 1997. I want you to picture this. Everybody wore something 10 sizes bigger, right? I wear size 33, 34 pants. I had to wear I wore like 40 pants because everybody wears 10 size bigger, right? And I had this one suit I always wore for everything, right? And it's crazy. My mom told me, listen, you gotta wear. What are you gonna do? You gonna meet the regional fight? No, you can't dress with that suit.
Not that.
You have to borrow your father's suit, right? And I want you to picture this, right? I'm 5'9", 5'9.5" in a good day, right? My dad is 5'7". When he was alive, God rest his soul, he was 5'7" back then, right? So I'm wearing it, like, you gotta wear a suit. I'm like, I'm not gonna fit. And the suit was so tight on me. It was, I mean, I was buff. I was 190. I was buff at that time, right? And I want you to picture this, right? 5'7". So I had it was like this much between my shoes, the hem, right? I look like a buffed Urkel. That's what I look like, a buffed Urkel, right? From Family Guys. That's what I look like, right? And I actually went there to the office. I'll never forget this. I'm sitting here nervous the whole time. And I'm like, oh my gosh. The only thing I was worried about, I was like, I hope this suit doesn't rip on me. I was afraid I was going to sit down. Everything was going to, oh my gosh. And I was nervous. I was sweating, right? And the craziest thing happened. I got to meet the regional vice president. And he said, listen, I want you to take a look what we do. And he went over a couple of different things about money. I was like, listen, I know nothing about money. All I knew about money is 4 quarters makes $1. That's as far as I knew about money. I used to spend money, right? I used to actually, how can I say that? I used to get paid on Friday, and Monday I was broke, right? If you understand what I'm saying. It wasn't a paycheck to paycheck. It was a paycheck to Monday. That's just kind of where it was, right? And I sat there, and one thing they went over, I didn't understand a lot of things they talked about, but there's one thing that struck me, Liz. There was a slide. I don't know, maybe you can pull it up, right? Yes. It struck me like yesterday. To this day, it just, nothing has changed. The other one, that's one of the slides. There's one that struck me, right? And what they went over, they said out of 100 people that work in the United States from 25 to 65, they want to find out where are these people by the time they're 65. And here's what the numbers kind of map out. Out of 100 people that work from 25 to 65, 54% are dependent, which is a nice word for saying flat broke by the time they're 65. 36% are still working by the time they're 65. 5% pass away, unfortunately. 4 of them are okay. They have $1 million or more in assets. They're okay. And 1% is wealthy, $5 million or more. So out of 100 people that work in the U.S., 95% are not going to make it financially. Only 5% are. And that struck me because think about it, I was 26 years old at that time. I was kind of naive, right? I figured when people work, they should have money by the time they saved up. They should not be in that position. I figured people work, they should have money, should retire, should be okay. But that was not the case, right? And I kind of struck me like people need to know about this. That's kind of weird, right? But why do 95% fail when it comes to their finances, right? And today's day, and those numbers, just to share with you, Liz, have not changed for the past 27 years. Have not changed at all.
Wild.
It's crazy, right? But why 95? See, the 95% did not plan to fail. They kind of failed to plan, right? Think about that, right? Number one is financial education, right? A lot of us are never educated how money works. When no one ever sits down and teaches us what to do with our money. I find everything we have in life comes in instruction manual. If you think about your phone, your computer, even the clothes that we wear have a tag, how to take care of them. But there's two things that never comes in instruction. One thing is your paycheck. Second thing is your kids, right? You have to figure out along the way. That's kind of what happens, right? And I just remember going to college. Check this out. I remember going to college. I was 18, 19 years old. I walked into college. The first thing they give you, that the banks have credit card companies out there giving you. I was in debt in college, right? Because they told me, give me a credit card. Don't worry about it. You get a free pen. And I was happy to get a free pen. And they gave me a credit card. And I was like, you have a $3,000 balance. I figured, man, I didn't think I had to pay it back. You know what I'm saying? Until they send me a bill, right? I thought it was free money because we're not educated how money works. There's no education there, right? That's the first one. Second one is no financial game plan. A lot of us don't have a game plan to get to where we need to go. Because think about it. If you want to go somewhere, you definitely want to have a GPS. Would you agree with me, right? You never go anywhere without GPS. But most people don't have a GPS for their finances. How are you gonna help? How are you gonna get somewhere that you've never been to if you don't have a GPS to help them get there? So that's a major, major challenge, right? Because if you think about it, right? If you ask someone, when's the last you've been on vacation? They'll tell you, oh, I went there, right? And think about it. Think about when you went on vacation. You knew exactly where you're gonna go. You know exactly what flight you were going to take. You know exactly how much you were going to spend. You know exactly what hotel you're going to stay at. You know everything, every detail to the T. What were you going to do, right? How much money you're going to spend. If you ask an average person, how much time do you take planning for your retirement? You hear crickets.
No one knows.
Exactly. See, most people spend more time planning for a 1 week vacation than they do planning for their retirement, which is the longest vacation you're ever going to take, right? So that's a major challenge that hurts a lot of people. This third one is no financial coach, someone that's going to guide them, that's going to keep them on track to where they need to go. Because think about it. When someone gets sick, you turn to a doctor. You have legal challenge, you turn to an attorney. When your car breaks down, you turn to a mechanic. When you need spiritual guidance to your pastor, your people, who do you turn to when you have questions about money? Who do you turn to when you want to get in a better position? And most people don't even have someone. And this is kind of where we come in. Everyone needs to have a financial coach that is going to guide them, show them exactly what they need to do.
And this is what people are going to hear when they tune in to this podcast.
Exactly.
You are already dropping some truth bombs.
Thank you.
You're dropping just the fact that you're reminding us, we fail to plan. That is key. And like Eileen says there, we're planning for vacations, but not for our future. You have Jose Morales saying, very true, very true. We got some good stuff here.
Absolutely.
Next slide. You want to go to that?
Yes, the next slide. The next slide that hit me was something called the Rule 72. What it tells you is it's like it's like a banking rule that banks and insurance companies know about money, but they never teach us, right? What it tells you, if you take the interest rate you're saving or investing your money in, if you divide that into 72, it will tell you how many years it takes your money to double, right? Because think about it, very simple layman terms. If you have $1,000 in a bank, how long does it take that $1,000 to turn to 2,000? And so forth, right? So think about it. If you're getting 3% interest on your money, 3 into 72, your money doubles every 24 years. So our money takes 24 years for your money double, 20, 40, right? If you look at 6%, it's every 12 years, right? And 12% every 6 years. So think about it. The rate of return you're getting on your money is so important, right? Because most of us put money where? In a checking account, savings account, where you're getting less than 1% interest, right? Because think about it. So you divide 1 into 72, what happens to your money? Your money doubles every 72 years. That's why when you ever get a statement, you have a savings account, you actually get like pennies on a dollar, right? The money just never moves because of that. Yes, exactly. Then if you take inflation into account, that lowers even the return you're getting. Make sense? Right? So in other words, it's very important to find different ways so your money can go faster for you. Because think about it, we all get tired one day. That's just going to happen. But your money never gets tired. If you put your money in the right places to work for you, money never calls in sick. They go on vacation, right? You'll keep working for you when you can't work, right? Which is so important.
That is so true. So much truth that you're sharing with us. I love that. What do we got here? What is Joey saying here? To win the money game, if you don't know the rule of 72.
Yes.
You're going to have a wealth of students here tuning in, leaning in to listen to. So pretty much, I'm gonna say that this podcast, we have you as our financial coach for 20 minutes
Yes.
on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Who are the kind of people that you want to watch this podcast? Who is your people that you want us to refer to you?
And anyone that wants to learn about money, anyone maybe that's a beginner that wants to learn about money, anyone that wants to find ways to earn more income. Listen, it's the craziest thing that happens, right? You see, people ask me all the time, what kind of drives you to do what you do? And listen, when I initially started, because I wanted to make more money. But what kept me around for 27 years is watching people overcome so many obstacles. To me, I'm a kind of person, I love the underdog. I'm not into sports that much, but I have your favorite team. But if there's a team, I don't know who's the best. This is the best team, the underdog. I'm rooting for the underdog 100% of the time. And sometimes on social media, you hear stories about people become wealthy and things like that. See, to me, I'd rather have one of the most important things. I remember that's just today's day. I get goosebumps thinking about it. A young lady, I never forget. Right, she was a home health aide. Right, she was mid-50s and had no money saved. She figured, I don't have a shot. There's no way I'm gonna be able to retire. But I was like, listen, I was like a couple of years in the business. I said, listen, just start putting some money aside. So we got on a game plan to start saving, put money in a Roth IRA. And over the years, and she, by the time she was 72 years old, I just called, follow up, like, how you doing, Margaret? And she's like, listen, she had tears in her eyes on the phone. She's like, thank you so much, Bernard, because I didn't think I had a shot. And because you helped me put a little bit, now she was able to retire. She actually she went to Jamaica, where she originally from Jamaica. She lived in Jamaica. She had some money saved. She had Social Security, so she would have a great life. So to me, that meant so much. That to this story, to this day, kind of inspires me to do what I do and encourage me to keep going forward. Now, listen, we have a lot of array of clients, people that have had money and people that get started. It doesn't matter whether you're like a novice investor, you don't have anything started. We can help you. Absolutely.
Ooh, I like that.
The second story that inspires me so much also is a young lady named Maria. She came to us. She was legally blind, right? And she came to our office. She wanted to kind of get in the financial field. And at first I was like, you sure you want to do it? Because, right. But she said, yes, I want to do it. And let me tell you something. And I was in New York at that time to do the pre-licensing test they had to take to get the license. You have to sit for 2 days in class. Right. And they had to 2 days in class and you have to take some notes. Right. And check this out. She obviously, because she was legally blind, so she had to record the class. She had to record the class and she had to listen to over and over again. And they had to kind of give her ask her the answer. She took the test verbally and she passed. And she passed with the state exam. She passed with flying colors. And that inspires me so much because this is someone maybe didn't have a shot. But guess what happened? Because she had that drive inside her. And to this day, that inspires me so much. I think about whenever you get down sometime, man, I just think of Maria. I don't know where Maria is right now, but she left a very, very kind of a thing in my heart that drives me to this day to keep going.
Wow, those stories are so inspiring, so inspiring. And I'm sure that we're going to continue to hear so many more stories and more tidbits that you're going to be sharing with all of us. Like I said, we're kind of going to all be your students here on Tuesday nights here on YouTube. So please subscribe to the channel, like the episodes, and join them on Facebook as well. Is there a Facebook page?
Yes, absolutely, which is the Army Empire Facebook page, right? That you set up for us. So we're very excited. It's gonna be incredible. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Yes, Facebook, the Army Empire podcast. It's just gonna be very exciting. We're gonna bring a lot of stories of inspiration, information, and we're gonna cover some very good strategies that you can use on a daily basis to help you grow and to help all of us successful. We are on our journey too. We're not there yet. We're on our journey. So we're going to take this journey together. It's just going to be exciting. And I'm so grateful, Liz, for what you do for us. And we're very excited about the whole Army Empire team. And we're going to do something big.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much for saying yes to this new endeavor. And our folks who are watching, we have quite a few folks watching. Go ahead and click that subscribe button today and then run to the Facebook page, The Army Empire Podcast, like it and share it with your friends and family. Share it with them because there's going to be a lot of great advice, financial advice here every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Bernard,
Yeah.
you did it. This was your premiere podcast.
Thank
Check.
you so much. I lost sleep over this. Right? I was thinking back to what happened when my dad sued. So I was getting flashbacks, but it worked out good. Thank you so much for making
This
it
was
happen.
great. This was a great conversation. Great folks that have watched, and I'm glad that you guys have been commenting. This is excellent, and continue to share. We're so glad that you joined us. And until next time, all things money matters here at the Army Empire Podcast. Thank
Thanks
you,
so much.
Bernard. All right, till next time. See you next Tuesday.
Have a great one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Army Empire Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Join us next week for another exciting edition, and until then, keep building your empire.